Bryce Hall confronts his manager Michael Gruen about why he broke up the Sway House. We will update you on what he had to say and which Sway boys are moving out and leaving the show Sway Life. I'm Kelsey MacDonald and you're watching The Daily Report. Happy Monday, everyone! I hope you're having a lovely start to your week so far. I mean, sun's out, it's gonna be a great week. So we all know the popular TikTok content house, the Sway House, right? It has been around since January 4th of 2020 and has housed some of the biggest stars on TikTok. Multiple creators have come and gone since the start of the Sway House, but one hugely successful creator has stayed since the beginning, and that is Bryce Hall. He is undoubtedly one of the biggest creators on the app, along with some of his housemates Noah Beck, Blake Gray, Josh Richards, and Griffin Johnson. The guys have all had their fair share of drama, especially Josh, who just went through a very public breakup with Nessa Barrett. Being a social media influencer cannot be easy, and there is bound to be a lot of drama when you're constantly being watched. The guys have been very busy lately shooting their new reality show, Sway Life. We recently learned about Bryce and Addison Rae's breakup on the show, and last week's episodes dived into the end of the Sway Boys and drama between Bryce and his manager, Michael Gruen. When you thought the Addison Rae drama was like up here, no, this new drama up here. Can't even see my hand. In the episode, Bryce told his housemates that he was going to change Michael's contact in his phone to quote-unquote crybaby Michael because he has been quote crying about everything. When asked how Bryce was feeling about his relationship with Michael, he said, quote, "He talked about me behind my back. Michael has no power, and I will tell that to his face." Yikes. Bryce also went on to talk about how Michael said that tickets to Bryce's upcoming boxing match will not sell. He said, quote, "I was talking to one of the guys who were running the whole boxing event, and he was telling me insider stuff about Michael Gruen. This isn't the first time that Michael has talked about me, so it just didn't shock me when I heard that." Blake stepped in and said that he thinks Michael is jealous of Bryce because he's making $5 million for the fight. You don't believe it? Yeah, it is stupid. Not fair. I'm jealous. That's so much money. I'll fight for money, like with my words. Bryce continued talking about Michael, saying that he was the #1 cause for the Sway House quote-unquote ending. Then the producer jumped in and asked Bryce, quote, "Given all of this, what do you think about Josh and Griffin leaving the show?" Bryce obviously was shocked and said, quote, "What? He pulled Griffin and Josh from the show? He has ruined everything." Bryce then FaceTimed Griffin to get to the bottom of everything and asked him when he was going to tell him that Michael pulled them from the show. Griffin responded with, quote, "We just did it today." Blake asked why, and Griffin said, quote, "We got stuff to do." When Bryce asked for specifics, Griffin said, quote, "Dude, call me when there is not a camera in my face." No, we want to know the tea, Griffin. When Bryce was asked by producers if he was upset that Griffin and Josh were leaving the show, he said he was more disappointed that they didn't just text or call him to let him know. Bryce asked Josh and Griffin to come to the house the next day to talk about leaving the show, and guess who they brought with them? Michael. Drama alert. Bryce confronted Michael and asked him what the reason was for pulling Josh and Griffin from Sway Life. Michael bounced around the question at first, then told Bryce, quote, "We're done." Michael said, quote, "It got really stressful. We didn't see a significant utility out of the show itself other than cash. Every decision we make, including leaving the show, is a group conversation because ultimately everything we do personally affects our professional lives." Bryce then asked Michael, quote, "Why did you on everything and try to ruin everything?" To which Michael responded with, quote, "How am I ruining everything from you?" Bryce told him that he was taking his friends. I mean, what's the Sway House without Josh and Griffin, right? It's just gonna be Bryce and Blake. It's just a house. Bryce already was heated about Michael taking the guys out of the show and decided to confront Michael about talking behind his back. When he told Michael what he had heard about him saying Bryce would not be able to sell tickets, Michael said, quote, "That's not at all what I said." The conversation escalated, and Bryce even called Michael out for trying to get him out of his own energy drink. What? Even more tea behind the scenes. Michael kept firing back at Bryce, saying he would never do that, and the two continued to argue back and forth. We finally heard from Josh during their argument, and he told Bryce, quote, "Personally, I didn't want to do the show." He said that the show was messing with a lot of his deals in his personal life. He said, quote, "When brands don't align, they just don't align, and we have a future and our lives to look after, as well as just like they do." Griffin also spoke about leaving the house, saying that him and Josh were going to tell their housemates in person, but it was a very quick decision. He said, quote, "I just think that in life in general, not many people will ever have your back, and I think Sway has done a great job at showing all of us who actually is our true friends and who are the people that just chop you when it's convenient." Feels like Griffin has some other stuff to say that he's holding back about. Cryptic. At the end of the episode, Bryce asked Michael, quote, "So who split up Sway?" And Michael admittedly said he was the one who did 100%. Another episode of Sway Life came out 2 days later, and Michael and Bryce were still fighting. But we also got to see Bryce and Josh go out to lunch and catch up with each other. Josh revealed that his lease at the Sway house was up in a week and a half and that he was moving out. He said that he didn't want to move to a new place just yet, so he's getting an Airbnb for 2 months. Then Bryce said he wants to buy his own house after his lease is up in August. Big moves for these two. But what does that mean for the Sway house? Josh sent his well wishes to the boys and said he hopes everyone can stay friends. Same guys, Sway boys for life. Just moving on to bigger and better things, I guess. But now we want to know what you think. What do you think the future holds for the Sway house? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the Awesomeness TV Daily Report channel. And make sure to follow us at Awesomeness TV on Instagram for more. And guys, make sure to follow the Daily Report podcast on Spotify. The link is right there down in the description box below. I'm Kelsey MacDonald, and what's gonna happen to the house? Then Bryce is gonna get his own house, and then what? Maybe he's gonna start a new house? The Hall house? I told you, Swag House is where it's at. Swag.